So Rudeboy has finally found and arrested this lady who falsely accused him of forcefully knacking his house help back then in 2023. Now, if you remember, when his marriage then ended, Rudeboy's marriage when it ended back then, there were rumors flying around that it was because he was knacking everything in scarce, including his housemaid. Now, this lady is one of those persons that was spreading those rumors all over the internet. And to make matters worse, she even added salt, maggi, and pepper to her own, saying that Rudeboy nagged the housemaid then forcefully because the girl was his housemaid, was far older than her, and she couldn't have said no. Now, when this tweet was brought to his attention, Rudeboy replied this lady, telling her that he will move heaven and earth to find her, that the only way she can escape not facing justice for the false accusation was for her to disappear from the surface of this earth, to move to space. That was in 2023. After that, the matter seemed to have died down. It seemed as if he has forgotten. But now in 2025, he has finally found and arrested her. It was said that he kept the matter off the internet in order to avoid any sympathy, anybody drumming up sympathy for her, that he wants her to face justice. He wants to use her as a scapegoat for people spreading false rumors, making false allegations on people on the internet. So there was a conversation going on the internet then about his marriage, about the failure of his marriage. I guess when he broke out that he was getting a divorce or had gotten a divorce, and somebody tweeted, didn't he also cheat on his wife with their housemaid? And this lady, Chubby Diva, replied, forceful entry / coerced their domestic help. She's a help. How could she say no? Plus, she was most likely way younger. That was her reply. You can see how she added everything to it, piled on it. The person replied, what the hell? Then she further said, when he was found out, he sent his wife and sister-in-law at the time out of the house. Very yama nigga. Boom. Somebody brought this tweet to Rudeboy's attention. Now let's see his reply. Rudeboy said, I hardly reply, but you see this one? I will find you. I will use every necessary means, power, resources, and money. You will face the law. I will use you to set an example. Scapegoat. Your only way out is to leave the surface of this earth and relocate to space. To everyone that brought my attention to her tweet, thank you. And that was how it seemed as if the matter had died off. After that, nobody heard about the case, about the issue, about the matter. Okay. Until now, 2025, when she was arrested. This is what Joshua, JJ Exclusive, who brought the matter to the public, said. He said, after falsely accusing Rudeboy of forceful knacking in a bid to avoid being brought to justice, Chubby Diva disabled her ex account. Chubby Diva disabled her ex account, fled social media and her husband's house. Okay, so you sabi run like that. You know, say you don't get power to fight. Now run now you sabi. Yes, you go to find trouble. Okay. However, she got arrested on the 6th of November 2025, detained and eventually charged to the court of law on the 10th of November 2025. Before I continue, Rudeboy intentionally didn't drop updates about her arrest, so there would be no form of public sympathy that might lead to her release without proper justice. Now let me continue. Just only about 24 hours in detention, she started to complain that she couldn't breathe and her legs were swollen and that she needed medical attention. After so much consideration, she was released to visit the hospital while her lawyer pleaded that she would be back unfailingly by the 10th. Surprisingly, she didn't come back. Surprisingly or unsurprisingly. Surprisingly, she didn't come back as promised, as her lawyer claimed the health issue was a serious one. The matter was then adjourned to 17th of November. Again, she failed to show up, claiming she is still under medical supervision. However, the date of the adjournment has been refixed for 1st of December 2025. The court has ordered that either her or her lawyer must be present in court unfailingly. Again, let me reiterate that she didn't go scot-free and she can't go scot-free. Forceful knacking is a very serious crime and nobody should be falsely accused of it. Of course, it goes without saying, especially somebody who has worked for decades with his blood and sweat to build a name for himself, who has a reputation, a name, a brand to protect. Throwing allegations, throwing allegations like that at this kind of person, she was obviously not thinking. And should be used as a scapegoat, as a deterrent to others. If you go to Nkubi's page, oh my God, what some women are throwing at this woman. At this woman because of over the height of her husband, saying some very mean and very nasty things at her. If only she would find the time and the courage to use one of them as an example, as a scapegoat, maybe it will stop. So Nkubi's wife, I hope you are seeing this. I hope you are seeing this. Please. The trolling, it is too much. A lot of persons have been talking and posting about it on Facebook. You have to do something about it. Something like this. Use somebody as a scapegoat as an example. You can imagine, she's even somebody's wife. Thank God at least they didn't say she was pregnant. At least she's not pregnant. Yes. Because now that one now she will use escape this whole matter. For those of you making unguarded comments about people, making some very mean remarks, bogus allegations that you cannot prove. It has been said time and time again, before you allege, you must prove. He who alleged must prove. If you don't have proof, you don't have the resources, the time to pursue a case, you have no business making that allegation, especially in writing. If it is an audio, maybe you can claim, oh, it was AI, it was fabricated, but in writing, in your name, lie, there's no escaping that one. On the internet for the whole world to see. Who is going to save her now from this? So she can run. She knows that she doesn't have the power to fight, yet she was making this kind of allegations. Making bogus claims out of the blue. Now she definitely has to face the consequences. You should just try to beg the guy. Beg him to tamper justice with mercy. So you can get the least punishment for this. Because she doesn't deserve to go scot-free. She should not go scot-free, to serve as a lesson to others out there who are doing something similar, who have been doing something similar.